in the Community has been working for over 20 years to connect businesses to local communities. We've been working with government for over 5 years to try and get better business engagement with local strategic partnerships. And we know that isn't always easy. And it's because of that we're making this film now. We want to give you good examples of where this is working on the ground.
Local strategic partnerships are, I think, a really important construct over the last few years. They're a way of bringing together a wide range of people who all have a common purpose, and that's to make their locality strong and vibrant.
The British Chamber of Commerce has been involved with the business brokerage pilot since it first started. There is now widespread business engagement across the country. You look at education, schools, business crime, you look at business and health of the workforce. By businesses getting engaged with local strategic partnerships, it actually starts to build those bridges and those linkages within a community.
In January 2005, the Ellington Colliery announced its closure with the loss of around 370 jobs. We knew of the Business Forum through our contacts with the North East Chamber of Commerce. We knew that they had engaged a large number of employers in the area and would be able to lead to a number of vacancies that we may not otherwise obtain through our normal methods.
When I was approached by Job Centre Plus, I didn't hesitate in getting the Business Forum involved. I got in touch first of all with the people involved in the forum, but then also on a wider survey of the business community, and managed to come up with 47 latent vacancies.
We didn't advertise the vacancy locally because we wanted to really target specific people. Paul Emery's name was mentioned, and we decided to meet up with Paul, interview him.
I worked at the colliery. I was devastated when it closed. We didn't know what the future held or where we would get further employment. The Job Centre Plus team were fantastic. Come down to the colliery with job vacancies, full of useful information and advice. Henry's is completely different to what I've been used to, so hopefully we've got a bright future.
Private sector business can really make a difference in issues such as this. It was really important to get them involved. I wasn't, however, creating any new initiative. It was just basically presenting public sector issues in a business-friendly way.
Elite are a fantastic local company in West Leeds. They work very closely with the district partnership. They work very closely with other partners for their own benefit and for the benefit of the local community.
5 years ago, Elite were awarded a major contract to supply logistics and garment processing services to a very large company. We looked at the various options for recruitment, the traditional methods including agencies, including advertising, but then we looked on a novel approach which involved a partnership with the West Leeds Family Learning Centre.
The link with the West Leeds Centre came about through Elite applying for planning permission to build a new site. Thankfully, or proactively, somebody at the Leeds Council turned to West Leeds with view to an opportunity to look at long-term unemployed.
I had been unemployed for 4 years before I came to work for Elite. I had filled in numerous application forms, been for numerous interviews, with no success at all. When I received a letter from Leeds City Council stating that a new business was opening up and that they were wanting to employ local people from within the community, all I could do was take up that offer because I'd tried everything else.
We eradicated the traditional approach of interviews and gave people work trials based on their training. If the people came up to our required levels in the training, they were immediately offered employment within Elite. If they required further or additional training, they weren't discarded, they went back into a loop.
Since I've been at Elite now, which is just over 4 years, I am now a team leader and I'm just applying for the new supervisor's job on the goods in department.
The perception of Elite as a company, instead of it being this horrible big monster warehouse on the hill, has now become a lovely green building that actually employs a lot of families, a lot of single parents in and around our area. Elite had 450 letters of support for their planning application from the local community, and so the planning was actually processed with no resistance from the community, which is amazing for a monster warehouse.
If it hadn't been for Elite, I don't know where I'd be now.
These are tangible examples of where local strategic partnerships have made a difference to working with business. Think what could be achieved if this happened across the whole country.